I would like to preface this video by saying I am not a content creator. I'm very new to all of this, so bear with me and feel free to share feedback. But anyways, my name is Marty. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm not sure who is going to see this besides my mom and my friends. So if you're not one of those, welcome. I'm a bass player from Terre Haute, Indiana. I like all sorts of music. I love YouTube. I like to watch YouTube videos, and I feel like I am not really adding anything to YouTube that is significant or special, but this is a project, more or less, for me. I'm in a band, and when I'm not doing that, I feel like I still want to do music stuff. It doesn't really stop it being in a band for me, whether it's writing music or things like that. But enough of that because no one asked. This is also something that nobody asked for, but here is a little tour of my rig. We are not going to do amp today. We're just going to do basses and briefly pedal board, get a little bit of sound demos out of it, but I, for the sake of having content, will save actual pedal reviews for later. Also, I only have a condenser mic at the moment, so if you hear any noises, it's probably one of my cats. I've got two of them. So let's start with the bass. I've got two of them, and in my first video, I used one of my basses, which are both Frankenstein basses. Neither of them are Fender, regardless of what their headstocks say, because I'm a hack. I can't afford good gear. So I just make do with what I've got, and I walk the walk, and sometimes I talk the talk. I don't know if that's how that goes. But anyways, first bass, which is the bass I play mainly, is this one here. It is a PJ precision bass with a Fender neck. This was on the white bass from my first YouTube video, but I like the way that the maple contrasts with the black, and I like the way that the rosewood contrasts with the white on the other bass. This is an affinity body with Seymour Duncan quarter pounder pickups in it. I got these pickups because my favorite sandwich from McDonald's is the quarter pounder. I really like McDonald's. I've got a Big Mac sticker on my toolbox, which might show up on accident. But yeah, that's this bass. I've also got a pick guard on it from Deco Boom. I follow them on Instagram and different social media sites, and I've always wanted one of their pick guards, and this is one of the ones that were pre-made on their website. They are not taking commissions at the moment, but hopefully when they do start taking commissions, I can get a cooler one. But I think that this one is pretty badass as it is, and it looks really good on this dirty bass. My other bass, which will be pictured, is a bass that I got from my friend Austin. I don't know if it's okay to name drop people, but Austin, if you're seeing this, I still got that bass, and it's been refinished white. It used to be purple. I like to tinker with basses and just make my own custom shop shit, for lack of a better word. But yeah, it is some lawsuit era bass. I believe it was Hondo, but I could be wrong. It might be Greco or something like that. But it is just a P bass. It doesn't have a jazz bass pickup in the bridge. I think that's it on basses. But I did want to briefly go through my pedal board as well, just so you'll have an idea of what to expect and hear on the channel in later covers. So the first pedal, which is actually the last pedal in my signal chain, by the way, this is not DI'd. The only thing that has an XLR cable in it is this microphone. I don't have two. I broke one. I cut one up to make a microphone out of a telephone. So the signal that you're hearing from the bass today will be coming from a 1/4-inch cable, an instrument cable, into my Focusrite 2i2. So the last pedal in my signal chain, the most important one, my favorite pedal, is a copy of a dark glass micro tubes B7K, I think is what the it just slipped my mind. The dark glass counterpart is. It's got two channels on it. It has got the clean side and then it's got a dirty side. But what I want to do first is have you listen to my regular signal, because that's something that everybody on YouTube that plays music does. So here's my clean tone with both pickups on. And here it is with the preamp engaged. Pretty standard. I feel like I don't have a very bassy bass tone. I like a lot of the mid-range. It works really well in the context of my band. And here is the distortion signal. That's why I bought this pedal. Also, I couldn't afford a dark glass pedal. So we've got this and it works well, and live, it doesn't matter. You're gonna hear me say that a lot because I'm not an elitist when it comes to gear. I think that if it sounds good to me, it doesn't matter what you think. The next pedal is the MXR bass overdrive. I use that as just kind of like a subtle tube sounding kind of tone, also to kind of boost my clean signal, and it sounds like this. Nothing special, it's just a little bit of color on that signal. And then my second favorite pedal is the MXR Bass Octave Deluxe. There's a lot of opinions on octave pedals for bass. I like this one because Michael League plays it, and I like Michael League from Snarky Puppy. I usually dial in the tone pretty differently depending on how I'm going to use it. That's the cool thing about octave pedals, is they're versatile in that sense. But here is what I've got it dialed in for my band. This is what it would sound like. I'm also just going to use the bridge pickup because it does get kind of muddy. I'm also going to play higher up on the register as well, because like all octave pedals, the tracking gets really bad the farther down the neck you go, or up the neck. I don't know what term you like to use, but as the bass gets lower, the tracking gets worse. I usually use it for like single line stuff. That is with both pickups engaged. Aside from those three pedals, I have got a tuner on my board, and that is it, because I try to keep things as simple as possible. I've got a few more pedals sitting on a shelf. But yeah, that's what I use in my band. That's what I use most of the time. That's what I really like. And I think aside from that, that is it for this video for today. Later I will go over my amp, and if you're curious, that is just a Behringer Ultra Bass 210 combo amp. I've got the corresponding head, and I've got a cabinet that used to be a combo amp, but me and my friend Aaron turned it into a cabinet when the filter capacitor went out on the preamp of that. So the preamp of that combo is laying around somewhere, and I've actually lost track of it. But it doesn't matter because it doesn't work, and I've got a 410 cabinet now. But anyways, I hope that this YouTube channel turns into something, but if not, I'm not going to be upset because I'm not really in this to be a big league based YouTuber. But if you've got suggestions for content, you've got anything that you'd like to see or hear, I'm open to suggestions. And I hope that this YouTube channel isn't just something that's going to make me cringe in a year. Anyways, thanks. Thanks for watching.